Hey everyone, so today we're going to be unboxing the Fun for All little backpack assortment by Firehawk. This has a retail value of $25 at the place that I purchased it from this year. And also I'm going to be loosely comparing it to the world-class backpack assortment called What a Girl Wants that I unboxed last year. So if you hear any references to that, that's what I'm referring to. It was actually a surprisingly really good assortment. It was also $25. So this actually kind of does have the bar set pretty high for it, all things considered. But let's go ahead and get this started and see what's inside. Alright, so a little bit of disappointment to start with. The What a Girl Wants assortment had a little spinner novelty inside of this front pouch. This has literally nothing. Nothing in this front pouch at all. Honestly, a little bit of a sad face there. Alright, first off, we got one of these little Magnum poppers, Magnum crappers. Alright, awesome. Weird that it has both a tab and a pull string. Huh. Anyway, we got, let's see, one party popper. Jeez, almost looks like it's from like the 1960s. Got two champagne party poppers with a vintage label on them. I can assure you they're not vintage, unfortunately. And then we got classic little tank firework with report. I'm not gonna lie, this has some weight to it. One of the wheels is already, the back suspension is completely screwed on it. This has more weight to it than the tank did in the What a Girl Wants backpack. Like, quite a bit more weight to it. Like, the center of it's got a nice little clay plug or something in there. Got a little bag of crackling balls. Mighty Max. I think these are just the generic little sad charcoal ones. Let me actually go in ahead and open this up and see what type of crackling balls we're dealing with. Little plastic plug of sadness. And they make it look impressive, but that's all you're getting in there. Anyway, getting back to the actual unboxing of the assortment here, we've got a cute little friendship flower fountain. This has a weighted plug in the bottom of it, which is kind of strange, because usually these are just, you know, like half an ounce, half an ounce little nothing. It even has a QR code? How weird. Huh. And scan that and see what the demo looks like for that if you're interested. I like the art for this one a little bit better than the Boomer and World Class versions. It actually has like some sort of like a vintage aesthetic to it. It's kind of nice. Let's see here. We've got a 6-pack of your generic little clay smoke balls by Mighty Max here. This is really a Mighty Max assortment, not a Firehawk assortment, but I get what they mean. It's kind of like a lot of Boomer product in the world-class assortment I unboxed with the backpack there. Wow, you can literally see all the way through that one. Old American box fountain with, looks like old like political art or something that they're using here. Let me get a look on the inside of this, because it sounded like something was falling in it. Wow, that is a tiny, tiny little tube. Sounds like there's crackling pearls or something loose in the bottom of it. Interestingly enough, I think that Mighty Max is putting little tiny clay plugs or something in the bottom of these fountains to keep them flat on the ground when you light them. It's interesting. It prevents any sort of wind-related accidents from happening, I guess. We've got a golden flower fountain by Mighty Max, of course. Again, a little bit of weight to it at the bottom. So yeah, they must be putting little clay plugs in these or something. We have a cute little happiness fountain by Mighty Max here. A geyser cone fountain by Firehawk. Has a fuse. It's not a cone party popper. It's actually got a base to it. And it feels like it's probably weighted about 75–80% of the way through there. So this might be a legitimate cone fountain. That's really funny. And it looks like we got a second one in here too. Yeah, we do. We have a second geyser in there. All right, awesome. Got a pack of snappers. I actually really like that art. That is really cute little art on those. I'm assuming just a generic 50 pieces by Firehawk. And then we have a 6-pack of flashing strobes. Again, I like the vintage art they went with on these. That's, I'm assuming, probably... Oh, no, these are Firehawk flashing strobes. All right, cool. Never had any Firehawk novelties before. Yep, golden sparklers. Wow, the world's tiniest pack of sparklers ever. These are like little 5-inch sparklers. That's crazy. They're by Brothers, too, of all things. That is weird. This is a strange hodgepodge that they put in here, guys. This is really funny. Got a Cuckoo in here by a Mighty Max. This one's actually a little bit more weighty than the Boomer one was. It's actually better packaged, too, I'll admit. Let's see. Looks like the big piece in this guy is a Little Chief Fountain by Firehawk. Again, base to it. I can feel the cone, or I can feel the fountain inside of this. I don't think this is a legitimate cone. You can kind of hear... I guess I fixed it. Okay. All right. Assorted fountain. Okay, we have a Mighty Max assorted fountain, apparently. It does not. It is one tube that fills about half of that circumference, which isn't bad, I guess. About average. I will go ahead and I'll make sure to close that back up. And then last but most certainly not least, we have a Cricket Fountain by Mighty Max. Okay, then. I don't think you're supposed to be like that, but okay, sure, whatever. Anyway, that's another thing that's different about these. Oddly enough, the World Class and Boomer version of this had performances on basically everything in the assortment, even though it was like really small stuff. Effect, red to green glitter to crackling to red star. Sure to God, there's not 4 different effects in that tiny little fountain. Also, I broke it again. Oh my God, this video's been a disaster. Let's see, does Yankee Doodle Dandy here have a performance on it? I can't believe that these have QR codes on them. That's even weirder to me, that they would actually put QR codes for how these are going to perform. That kind of baffles me. I'm assuming that's what that is anyway, it's a QR code, not just a generic link to their website. Could be that. I've seen that before. I'm going to put these items in a little arrangement for a little display, and we'll assess at the end. I decided to pop into that little Chief Fountain to see what was wrong with it, why, things kept shaking around in there. And sure enough, it is just a tube in a cone-shaped carcass. Not a great indicator of the quality of this assortment, and I honestly kind of feel like it's been speaking for itself this entire time. The biggest plus, I would say, in this assortment so far is that you do get a couple of weird products. Like, I haven't seen a Cricket in an assortment like this in a long time. You do get like a proper like 6-inch or 7-inch assorted fountain in here, which has decent weight to it. You get a unique old American fountain thing, and honestly, to me, the biggest plus is you get 2 of these little tiny geyser buddies, which if they're actual cones is pretty awesome that you get 2 of them in here. Other than that, though, you can probably do better for $25. I'm not particularly thrilled at what this has in it. I really don't know that this is $25 worth. I feel like if this was like 15 to 20, I would be more satisfied. It just feels very, very chintzy, even more chintzy than I thought it was going to. I mean, one of the biggest items in this entire assortment isn't even actually stable inside of the container to make the illusion that it is actually a cone. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know that I somewhat enjoyed unboxing this. I hope that it was very educational and you're able to make a more informed decision on whether or not you're going to buy this thing. I feel like it's probably good for little kids. It's probably good for, just cheap entertainment, fuses to light, something to do with yourself on a holiday. Maybe not even necessarily the 4th of July, just something before, something after, something on a random night that you need to celebrate something significant. So in that case, it's probably not too bad of a thing, especially if you can get it for 25 or under. I would not pay more than $25 for this. If you can get it for like 20, yeah, it's pretty good. You can't really ask for much at a $20 assortment at this point. It's probably $3 just for the backpack itself at that point. But I just feel like there's a lot of corners being cut here that didn't even necessarily need to be cut. Firehawk kind of can't give a thumbs down, but I definitely can't give a thumbs up for this either. I guess ultimately it's going to come down to how the little items perform, obviously, but that'll be a future assessment. It's not going to be a video. I just don't care enough, honestly, for something like this. It's not significant enough. I mean, there were literally QR codes on these items, which is so weird to me. Interestingly enough, the item I'm most excited for, fittingly, does not have a QR code on it, so yeah, we'll see about that. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and enjoy your 4th of July.